All right, guys, thanks for coming to my channel, Garage Gym Guru, where I'm going to give you an in-depth video of this lat pull low row machine by Texas Strength Systems, if you guys can see that or not. But I'm going to go ahead and I will flip this camera around. I'm going to show you top to bottom exactly how it looks. I'm going to show you how it moves up and down as far as how smooth it is. Maybe I'll discuss a couple things that I don't like, but I'm definitely going to show you everything that I do like. Very happy with this system so far. As far as lat pull low row machines, as you guys know, any kind of cable machine that you're going to get for your garage gym is going to be pretty expensive. So usually you're looking at either some kind of functional trainer, which is a cable machine, or you're looking at a pull down low row machine. For my gym, with the kind of exercises that I do, I didn't really want a full functional trainer. It would take up a lot of space in this gym. And it's not that it's not a good piece of equipment. Those are fantastic. But for what I was looking to do, I wanted something more for lat pull and low row. And you can do other exercises on this thing also. You guys know all that kind of stuff. I don't really need to go into it. So let's go ahead and turn this camera around. I'm going to show you exactly what I do and do not like about this new lat pull down low row by Texas Strength Systems.
Like I always like to do is I like to go through this thing from top to bottom. So I'm going to give you from both sides. As you can see here, if you look at it, the welding on this thing is actually pretty fantastic, where these pieces are welded together. I'm going to give you a real quick, but if you compare that to this Rogue Monster rack, where the welding is at for these, it's actually pretty good. I'm pretty impressed with the welding. So go down, I'll show you guys the other side. Let's get backed up a little bit. But as you can see, this is all one piece, and actually it came all together. The cable was all together. All the pieces inside were already installed. Now these came separate because, as you will see, the bottom piece there that holds the plates, and no, the colors did not come with it. The bottom piece is there. The bottom piece that holds the plates didn't come attached. So the bottom piece right here holds the plates, and the rods came separate, but very, very simple to install. I mean, really simple. But if you go all the way down, this was all installed. Go down to the bottom, and as you can see, it's actually all one piece except the feet. The feet there come across, and the feet there. That's the only two pieces that were separate that had to be screwed on. The rest of it is all welded together. There's no other screws that are holding these pieces together. So it's not one of those machines where you have to screw everything in and then worry about it being tight enough and lasting. Now, where your knees go, that came off. Obviously, that came separate because that needed to be put on. And then it latches on here, the knob, like most things. Same thing with the seat. The seat attaches on the bottom here the same way, and then there's footrest on the bottom here for when you do the low row. The seat, the cushion is pretty nice, pretty firm. Same thing with the knee pads here to hold your knees. Very nice. Now, you can customize this thing. There's different colors that you can choose from, obviously because of how my gym is. Quick tour, as you can see, black, red, gray, those are the colors that I like. So, as you see, I went with black with red accents. So what comes red is the post that holds the plates, where you place your knees, and then on the bottom there of the seat. Everything else came black, and then the name Texas Strength System is actually right there painted on. Now, I did show you, or I'm going to show you in this video, me using the machine with two different exercises. That'll be coming up next probably. So you can see exactly how smooth this thing is. There's no wobble or anything like that. But what I do want to show you is, if I pull down, that's the only noise that it makes. Pretty smooth altogether. If you look also, look how much I'm still pulling. And I'm actually down to the floor right now. That's how much space you have. That's how much room you have on this thing. You can sit on the floor if you wanted to and use the lap pulley system. This post is painted. Now, depending on what kind of plates you have, this might get scratched up, to be totally honest with you. Because of the plates that I have, with my 12-sided urethane plates, I haven't had any problems with it scratching this up. It actually is pretty nice. It did come with one little chip on it over there. I don't know if you can see or not. There's a little bit of a chip, but I'm not too worried about that. When this originally was sent to me, this piece actually didn't work. Right here was too tight. I reached out to Texas Strength Systems. Customer service was great. They got back to me, and within 3 days, they sent me a new one. So this is working out really well. You don't notice any of this wobble when you put the plates on at all. It's no big deal at all. I think the only reason why it's tilts a certain way is because of how my garage is. Like I said, all this came attached. That's how it's attached there. It's attached there. That all comes with it, obviously. Oh yeah, and this piece comes accented in red as well. All the D-rings come with it, ready attached. At first I was a little concerned that this metal was gonna hit up here and cause a problem. To be honest, I haven't noticed that whatsoever. It hasn't caused any issues, right? And it actually gives you enough room. Like I said, there is plenty of room on this. You can pull this all the way down. When you come down to the bottom, once again, pull here. No issues whatsoever. Now, I can stand up. I want you to try to do that with some of your cheap lap pull down low row machines. Try to stand up without putting any pressure on your lap pull down machine, the cheaper ones, and pull up on the low row part straight up or at an angle. You'll notice most of the time that it's going to flip up. It's going to move on you. The whole base will move on you. It'll come up at you if you don't put any kind of weight on it. That's why a lot of these machines that are cheaper, and see, even some of the ones that are a little more expensive, actually come with foot stands where you can stand on it, so that way the machine doesn't come up at you. This one, you don't have to do that. Same thing up here. No weight on this thing. I'm pulling, it doesn't move. There's no movement because it's all one piece. Haven't had any issues with this coming off. Stays, no problems. Same thing down with the bottom. No issues right there. Haven't had the bolts loosen. They're pretty tight on there. And that's just the foot pedals. Where I find most of the problem with cheaper lap pull down machines with screwing them all together, or even to be honest, now I don't know, Titan Fitness makes a couple also, but they are bolt together, and that worries me because I've had those kind before, and anytime they have to be bolted together, they move around, they have a problem. So let's get into next what I don't like about it. That will be a little shorter. Let's get into the part where I tell you the couple things that I don't like, and it's really not much. Like I said, did have one issue with that piece right there, but they took care of it, no problems. They sent me out a piece, I'm sending back the old one, no issues with that. Fantastic customer service. Now, that was the only piece that I had any problems with. The only other issues that I've had that I don't care for is this does move around a little bit, which is not horrible. I did put a piece of felt in there between the metals, and that helped this not move around too much. It's pretty good. But the seat moves around a little more than I like. That's not a horrible thing. It's really not anything you notice when you're using it. It's just something that I don't care for. I tried to put a piece of felt in there, and that didn't work. But like I said, once you sit down, you don't feel any movement whatsoever. Now, the very last piece that I don't care for, but isn't a big deal, that I think they could do a little better with, is probably the footrest right here. Now, there's nothing wrong with it, but it would have been nice if there was some kind of texture on here. Not that it causes a problem. When I put my feet on there, they don't slip off, nothing, because of the rubber of your shoes. But if there was a texture on there, it would be kind of nice. Something like this would be nice, or some rubber on there to help your feet just plant in there a little easier. So other than that, those are the only couple things that I don't care for. Everything else is great. All right, guys, what I wanted to show here was the two main exercises you're going to end up doing with this kind of machine. And if you're buying a lat pull down low row machine, most likely these are the two exercises you're buying it for. right? A low row and a lat pull down. There are different exercises you can do with this thing, as I've said before, but most likely these are going to be the two main ones. Mostly what I wanted to show here with the low row, as you can see, the machine's not moving at all. There's no rocking in it. There's no bending in it. It's not pulling away from the wall. It's not pushing towards the wall. It's holding its ground when I'm doing this exercise. Now, with the lat pull down part of it, as you can see, once again, there's no movement in this machine. It's not swaying back and forth. What I've found in other machines that are bolted together instead of one piece like this is, they tend to rock back and forth. You can feel it giving as you're pulling down on it. And this machine doesn't do that at all. And that's mostly because it's one welded piece of equipment. Wanted to make sure I also showed this is the bar that comes for the lat pull down. This is the piece of equipment that comes for the low row. They make them in-house themselves. This is the bottom part for the seat and also for your knees. And then they give you kind of a top to the bottom, one last showing of the full machine. All right, so pretty much to wrap this video up, I know it's a little long, but I want to make sure I give you guys a really good video on this piece of equipment because I know a lot of people are looking for machines like this. I know you're trying to decide between, a lat pull down low row or just a lat pull down, or maybe you're trying to get a functional trainer. Now, like I said in the beginning of the video, is you have to decide how much room you have. I can tell you with this machine, the footprint is very, very small. I'm actually surprised. I thought it was gonna be bigger. Even, I tell you, I measured out my floor multiple times over the past 4 months waiting for this, trying to figure out exactly how I was gonna do this gym with this piece of equipment. And it's actually smaller, seems smaller than what I thought it was gonna be. From my wall to the end where you put your feet, it's only like 4 feet, that's it. From side to side, I think it's 2 feet, and going up to the top, it's 89 or 85 inches. Either way, it's not really that big of a deal. Most ceilings, you can fit that. I think my ceiling here is 9 foot tall or something like that. It's a normal garage size ceiling. But the footprint is really, really small. Like I said, I wanna make sure I emphasize this. I would highly suggest this piece of equipment. I am very surprised on how sturdy it is, and that's one of the reasons why I got it, was because I figured since the whole thing is not bolted together and it's all welded together, there'd be less movement. It'd be a stronger piece of equipment that would last a lot longer. I did want to show you real quick before we end the video what came to with this piece of equipment. Now, there are a couple pictures that either you've already seen or you're going to see depending on how I edit this video, but I want to make sure that I point this out. Now, I don't really use these two pieces of equipment they sent, but I like having them just in case. They sent this for the low row, which they actually, I believe, made. They're making them in-house. And then they made this piece right here. I believe they're making these for the lat pull. Now, for me, I personally use all of this. I use these pieces of equipment for it. I bought those separate, obviously, and they're fantastic. I think, honestly, they're the best out there. The only thing I've seen out there that might be better than those are from Prime Fitness, but I'm very satisfied with the mag. So, if you guys have any questions, comment down below. Let me know what you want to know about it. If I missed something, I hope I didn't, because this video is very long, longer than most. But I wanted to make sure I went over everything with it. And once again, there you go. Texas Strength Systems, lat pull down, low row machine. They're in San Antonio. They're a powerlifting gym / gym equipment seller. And reach out to them. Look up their website. They have a lot of different equipment. I cannot talk about and discuss really their other equipment. I have no idea because I don't have any of it. But this is what I went with from them, and I'm very satisfied with it. So thanks again, guys, for joining me on Garage Gym Guru. I hope you enjoyed the video. Please look for whatever is next, and please watch the other videos. Give them a like, share them, talk to your friends about it. Let them all know. That way, maybe there's something I've gone over that they want to know about, and that can help them for their gym as well. Anyway, have a great day.